Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've had an okay day despite the market conditions. Today we're going to be diving into Vechain and giving you a Vechain update. Vechain, it's a real shame with Vechain because they're a casualty of the markets, the crypto space, and them kind of selling off. And then of course we know that the crypto markets are largely selling off due to the new variant which has caused fear throughout the markets. The FTSE 100 is really the best indication of this. The FTSE 100 is the UK stocks. It really has a lot of travel and leisure within it. So you can see that this is selling off hard. This may be the most significant candle they've had since March 2020. So we know that that's the reason markets are selling off across the board, not just crypto. But there is some good news in this. You can choose to look at this of one of two ways. You can look at this as a buying opportunity or a potential loss. Now, you only lose within crypto if you sell. And what I'm here to do today, guys, is really show you that everything's A-OK for Vechain. And this, in my opinion, is a buying opportunity. We still believe Vechain is going to go above and beyond. And in actual fact, one reason I say it's a shame is because Vechain are doing a lot. In regards to a blockchain and getting adopted, they're one of the blockchains that's leading the pack. I mean, certainly in somewhere like China, they're working actually very closely with the Chinese government. You can see these guys get partnerships daily. We spoke about a partnership, a fashion retailer in the US that were actually working with Vechain. And we spoke about the possibilities of Vechain becoming the standard for authenticating not just fashion items, but goods as a whole, as we know that the counterfeit goods market is huge. And its price is absolutely not a reflection of the underlying asset. Vechain should, in my opinion, if we take a look at where it is in terms of market cap, it's all the way down here at 27th. I think Vechain should be a lot higher than 27th in terms of market cap. In fact, there's a lot of coins that I think Vechain should be in front of. I'm not going to mention them. I don't want to throw any shade onto any particular projects. Vechain is currently sat at 11 cents. I've certainly accumulated higher than this, lower than this. So I'm dollar cost averaging in and will be dollar cost averaging into a position in Vechain today, tomorrow, and whenever the opportunity presents, because I believe in what they're doing. And certainly in regards to a protocol level, a project level, we know they've got the POA 2.0, which is the proof of authority upgrade, which makes Vechain more secure, scalable, etc., etc. You know, they're not doing anything wrong, and they're really a victim, if you will, of the crypto space. And the crypto space, of course, is a victim of global macroeconomic events. And this is a point that I always have stressed. We've made 3 videos today. This will be the 3rd. And in every single video, I've really stressed the point that now crypto is being kind of recognized as an asset. You know, there's things that are associated with that, and one big thing is that them being an asset, a recognized asset, means that they're kind of in the league with the big boys, which means that they're associated and have the downfalls that other markets have, like the FTSE 100 selling off due to the variant. There's a knock-on effect with markets. So it's a bit of a shame, but into the charts, you know, we've still got this Elliott wave theory in play for Vechain. I do think you are just climbing up in the same way that you did over here. You're just taking a bit of a longer approach, and this is because of the sort of slumpiness as a whole. And there's no fears, and we've covered this in a number of videos leading up to this one, of us being in a bear market just yet. Those signs haven't revealed themselves, and there's no reason to think otherwise. This is just a pullback that we've seen frequently within the crypto space that often leads to continuation. Certainly to date, that's been true. And up until 15 days ago or so, there would have never been a point for Bitcoin where you could have purchased it and been at a loss. And that's something to think about. And that's really because when you look at crypto as a whole and you look at what's going on and you look at adoption of this technology, it hasn't even started. And Vechain's seeing the sort of early signs of that. So on a smaller time frame, you can see just how common it is for Vechain to make these impulsive moves and sell off. You can see this, it's not just recent, this is kind of how Vechain works. It's more volatile, it's a higher beta, and it's a laggard. There's some kind of key traits that Vechain embodies. And you can see this descending resistance level that we flipped as support is now actually acting as support. And certainly if we look at the ascending support level, we're actually still holding it. So there's a number of good signs here, guys. You have sold through your 0.65 and your 0.618. 0.65 actually isn't a Fibonacci number, it's just what I like to put on for this kind of golden pocket. What I'm going to do is take a look at this last move very quickly and see where we bottomed at. We actually bottomed between the 0.618 and the 0.7 0.86. So this is still retracement territory. This isn't reversal territory. So there's a lot of good things going for Vechain. You could be forming a potential falling wedge that leads to another break. But ultimately, the main takeaway is Vechain and its price is largely correlated with external factors. And it's a real shame for such a strong project such as Vechain to kind of have a ball and chain attached to it, which is the crypto space and markets as a whole. So hang in there, guys. You know, like I say, this is a Vechain is now an official member of the China Non-Staple Food Circulation Association, a national level organization. So throughout the entirety of China, Vechain technology continues to form the base of the next gen industry standard. And this is what I mean about them being the new standard of authenticating goods and even services within reason. VET is proud to lead real-world adoption of blockchain technology. It sums proud to lead real-world adoption of blockchain technology really sums Vechain up. These guys are doing the most when it comes to partnerships. Here's another one. This is how we operate. Traceability ensured by DNV Insurance and Vechain Official. Key to verifying our impact and get businesses all over the world to join us. And I think this is in relation to phishing. A huge problem with the phishing industry. In fact, no, I don't think this is. Help us get the word out there and face the plastic truth and beat plastic pollution. So this is in relation to plastic, but I mean they're in the phishing industry. They're in everything, guys. You know, Vechain's doing exceptionally well, and the price just doesn't reflect that. So that's the main takeaway that I have for you within this video. Hang on, ladies and gents. How long exactly this is going to be? Well, Bitcoin, for example, is largely going to determine this, and you can see we're doing a very similar thing that we did over there. If you look at this kind of movement with these almost double. It's a double bottom, but like a bit of a slanted double bottom. You can see you're doing a similar thing today, guys, and ultimately you are seeing buyers come into the market. This wasn't really caused by liquidations. We know what it was caused by, but liquidations will certainly sort of trickle in as the price goes lower and after the fact. We seem to have kind of pillowed that, you know, kind of cushioned that for now, but this is really going to be dependent on Bitcoin. And just again, you know, a 22% pullback for Bitcoin. I mean, how many times have we seen this, guys? You know, we saw this within these two moves. They were nearly 21%, and this is a 21% move altogether. This was this happens regularly and frequently. 25%, 20%, 29%. This one was obviously horrific. 62%. Happens frequently in the crypto space, and I don't believe there's any reason to worry just in a kindred to these moves back here. All being, sometimes the price has got to go down in order to go up, and what I mean by that is the attraction to actually invest and to purchase an asset needs to be there. So typically at all-time highs, that attraction has somewhat died down. When we get a pullback, you know, knowing the kind of natural progression of things will entice more people. So Vechain, let's do that very quickly for Vechain. 41%, 48%. This one as a whole was 80%, 42%. You can see this is actually very common for Vechain. 63%. Some of these wicks, I mean, I don't know what happened with that wick there. We won't count that. But you can see that Vechain is a 31%, very, very volatile asset. And this is just part and parcel with holding it. But ultimately, you need to kind of understand the longer term goals of this project. And they're evident daily, ladies and gentlemen. So that's really all I have for you in this video. If you want to join the Discord, there is a link to it in the description. We look forward to seeing you all there. It does help in times like this to be with a like-minded community. Certainly if you're feeling bearish, if you're feeling doubtful, it's good to kind of bounce off one another, and we've got some very intelligent individuals within there that have a lot to say. So that is really all I have for you. You know, hang in there, understand that this is a real symptom of global macroeconomics and not the underlying cryptos that the price is trying to represent. We will see brighter days. I still do absolutely believe that you are following this Elliott wave theory. You certainly haven't invalidated it today. And if you really look, guys, within, and I'll show you on here, this was a falling wedge structure that we had over here. And you can see you've made a higher high, higher low, higher high, and you've still made a higher low, and you're still in this sort of trend that reversed from over here, which was of course the May sell-off where the entire market sold off. And Vechain was yet again a prisoner of war in relation to the crypto space. All I have for you in the video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. If you enjoyed the content, like is always appreciated. So is a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.